Okay, there we are. Hello, namaste, welcome beautiful souls, welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and today I'm here doing live intuitive tarot readings. And today I'm going to be sharing with you a Lotus Spread, and this spread comes from the guidebook for the Lily White and Lily Black Tarot, which are two of the decks that I will be using today. These are really beautiful decks, and so happy to share them with you. And as well today, I want to celebrate the life of Robin Wood. Robin passed, I believe, last night or yesterday. And so I thought this morning in the group reading, I would use her deck. And I would also share with you a few words of wisdom from her book. So Robin, for those of you that don't know, this is just an amazing, amazing resource. We are so blessed to not only have her deck as part of our tarot resources, but also the wisdom of her cards. And it was one of the first pagan Wiccan decks that I worked with, and possibly, in as far as that genre of decks in this community. So really, really grateful to her. I was so inspired by her story. Hello to Alina and VM, welcome. I was so inspired by her story, especially the part of the story where she was in Okinawa. And I was trying to think back. Perhaps we overlapped, but I'm not sure that it is actually mentioned when she was in Japan. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you a couple of words. I just thought that would be a nice tribute to Robin. Throughout this book, I will emphasize the secret of reading the tarot. It's simply this: trust your own instincts. When you lay out the cards in whatever pattern you choose to use, you will get an immediate visceral response to them. Use it. The cards work beautifully as a gateway to open your own awareness of what is happening at a very subtle level, and to allow you to pick up information from things you are not even aware of intellectually. I advise you to allow this to happen. Don't hinder the process by looking everything up in a book, not even this one. The meanings in books are sometimes contradictory, sometimes confusing, and sometimes they will feel odd to you. The meanings in your heart, when you look at the cards actually spread out before you, are far more likely to be accurate. This is because the meanings of every card depend on the other cards and in the spread with them. Since it's impossible to give all the combinations of cards in a book, it's just skipped altogether. This isn't accurate, but it's the best compromise possible under the circumstances. Don't be fooled. The meanings given in isolation are not the actual, only totally accurate meanings of the card. Yeah. Anyway, I could read her book over and over. And she worked for Llewellyn, and this deck of hers was pencil drawn, and then ink drawn, and then there was pencil crayons, Prismacolor crayons used to color it in. And so I'm going to use this deck for the group reading this morning. Hello to Christine. And yeah, so I'm just going to shuffle this up. And this is one of the few decks that the Suit of Swords is my favorite suit. I absolutely love the Suit of Swords in this deck. So for those of you that are just coming in, welcome. Uh-oh, my other camera dropped the, oh no, it's there. My other camera dropped the signal, but it's fine. I'm just going to add it to the stream before we lose it again. Yes, isn't that beautiful and nice, CM? Yeah, it really is. So as I think I missed a sentence there, and I was going to say, today I'm going to be using the Lily White and Lily Black Tarot and doing the Lotus Spread. And I'm just starting with this little dedication to Robin, who left our community this morning or last night. So, okay. So as I shuffle these cards with all of you in mind, those of you who are present, those of you who watch this in the playback, I want to bring to mind loving kindness, generosity, creativity. I want to send love and light to Robin, her family, and her friends. And as I shuffle these cards and recognize that Robin is still in her transition to the other side, I want to wish her a safe and easy passage. And thank her immensely for this gift, for this beautiful gift that she has shared with all of us in the tarot community. And may this 3-card reading bring you all a little bit of light and love that is much needed at this time. Okay. I worked with this deck exclusively for a long time. What just happened here? What did I just do? Okay. Confused about what I was doing. All right. Oh my God. Okay, let's zoom in here and I can see the camera's upside down, so I will flip the card. I don't know why my camera does that. And how about if we go even closer so you can see this beautiful, beautiful artwork. This is the 3 of Cups. So what a lovely card as a dedication to Robin and just to kind of follow through with what I was saying. Yeah. And, you know, one of the things that just comes to mind at this moment is to live life. Live life, live life, love life, enjoy life in every way that you can. I was also, hello, Helen and Shaz, welcome, welcome. Starseed Kate, hello, and Julia, nice to have you here. You know, I was also listening to quite a range of people on YouTube, and one of the, it was one of the self-help channels, and he was talking about, vitamin D, and how during lockdown, a lot of people haven't been getting out like they used to, and how important the sun and just being and enjoying life is. And I also feel the sun in the energy of this card. And so I feel like this message for all of us is to find that joy. Maybe this is just go out and dance around, spin around in your backyard this morning and really, really enjoy your life and be present. Okay, so the second card is the 2 of Wands. And this is also kind of perfect. You know, where I am living, we're getting kind of shut down again, but I am feeling doors opening. Doors are opening everywhere. And I kind of feel this is a universal thing that's happening right now. We need to really have our feelers out there, our feelers open, you know, like all of our senses, all of our radar tuned up, so that as these opportunities present ourselves, we continue in our creativity to grow and to change and to find this new way of being in the world. Because now, you know, we're never going back. Things can never be the same. We have gone through a gate and, you know, there's no turning back. Life is always going to be different. And this particular energy, I'll put these in the order that I drew them. This particular energy just feels perfect at this time. So I want to encourage all of you to really feel like you have the ability to tune in and listen and to grab these opportunities as they are presented. So I'll start. That's a beautiful observation, Kate. Thank you. Wow. And then run with it. And let it be your own. Let it be your own and feel it. And yeah, this whole idea about feelings and feeling it and believing in it and trusting your intuition. And with this double, we've got 2 water cards sitting here. I feel like these waters have been just waiting for this moment to come to the surface. You know, this is a time. This is a time to move. It's a time to act. It's a time to feel. It's a time to trust. And though these are not necessarily cards of action and moving forward, I feel like, you know, it's percolated to the surface. And so this is a gift. This is an opportunity for us, all of us. And I want to thank Robin again, you know, for these cards. I absolutely love these cards. And maybe I'll continue to weave them in with the readings today because they fit actually color-wise really beautifully with the decks that I had planned to use. So yeah, so that's your message of inspiration for all of you for this 20th day of April. Lovely, lovely. Okay. So I'm going to kind of leave that there. I want to look at that reading as I talk to you about your personal readings. The spread for today requires 2 decks. And so I know some of you like to do these simultaneously while I am doing them. So I'm going to explain the whole idea. It's called a Lotus Spread. And Alina, thank you very much for the super chat. I don't know if I said thank you. So thank you very much. Let us go. I want to show you the shape of this spread. And I'm translating from French. In the description box below, I put down the points for the positions of the spread. It is a 7-card spread. It's based on the energy of the lotus. And if you have this deck, there's quite a few lotuses in this deck. We have in the 2 of Cups, these little lotuses that are starting to bloom. And you'll see them in the, sorry, that was the 5 of Cups. In the Lover's card, in the 2 of Cups, we also see them. Well, that also almost looks like a rose. It's a symbol that really fits well with this tarot, with all its pinks and so forth. Yeah. And for those of you that have had readings from me before, you know how much I love working with this deck. So, good thing I went through. Just turn the cards over. I do tend to do this with all of my decks. Turn the cards upright. So for those of you that don't know this deck, CeliaMelsville.com. They come out of France. There is a mini version now available of Lily White. And they are not an exact replication, the 2 decks. The black deck is slightly different than the white deck. Okay, so there we go. Everything is upright. So in this spread, it says, and I just want to double check here. If you choose 2 decks, Lily Black for positions 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So Lily Black goes down on, and I'm going to have to zoom way out. Let's zoom way out. Lily Black goes down on the bottom. So this is card 1, card 2. I will take off my banner so you can see. Card 1, card 2, card 3, and 4. So this black deck. So black would represent the feminine energy. This also represents the roots of the lotus. So that which grew through the muck, really. Like, let's think about the energy of the lotus and what that is, right? This beautiful flower rises up through the mud, and it is a metaphor for the heart chakra. It's a metaphor for our journey to enlightenment. And so those 4 cards go at the bottom. And Christine, I'll read the information in this spread. And then at the top, 5, this is the flower. Okay, so this is what the spread looks like, 5, 6, 7. So Christine asked, why 2 decks for this spread? Okay. This spread, I'm very roughly translating from French, was created by Claire Duval, Claire de la Lune, for this. This spread has 7 cards, and you can utilize it with. Yeah, I don't know why, Christine. It's the idea is that the roots are one deck and the flower is another deck. It doesn't really say why. It says you can use the same tarot for both positions. But today, because I'm just kind of playing with this spread, I'm going to do it as prescribed in the little guidebook. It doesn't say why. If a major arcana comes up in the roots, pay particular attention to it. And you may need to draw a supplemental card for it. So yeah, so if we think about and also the black deck has that shadowy kind of energy. It's coming through, it is in the darkness. And so it has that lunar feminine energy. And then we have this kind of light and this bright sunny energy up at the top with the flower. Okay. So this is what we're going to do today. And I'm going to, because it's a 7-card spread, it'll take a little bit longer for each of you. But if you want to start posting your questions in the chat, I will do as many readings as I can over the next hour or so. Yeah. Okay. I would have used the raw. I planned to do this today, and I'm thinking, oh, I could regroup and use Robin Wood, but I want to kind of play with this spread. It's so beautiful. Alrighty. Is there a question in the chat? Just going through. Helen, I think I said hello to you. Elena would love a reading. Okay, and Julie J is here. Hello to Julie J. Okay, let's go to Elena. Okay, so what is the divine guidance for my situation with God? And just bear with me while I open up the questions. I kind of wrote the questions out in English. It'll be way faster for me. Way faster. Each of the positions does have a meaning for this spread. And so I'm going to read it as a root and a flower, but also I'm going to look at the meaning of the cards as well too. Okay, so this reading is for Elena, and this is a reflection on her relationship with Tom. And I think in a relationship question, what I want to keep in mind also is the energy of the lotus at the heart chakra and the evolution, or what do I want to say, the when we move through love and we move through our experience with love, it takes on many different frequencies as relationships grow and change. And so I just want to keep that in mind. So the first card is the 9 of Cups. Okay. And this is the issue. This is the issue. Okay. So this is kind of like our central card at the root of the reading. And some of the black cards are a little hard to see. So I'll zoom in if necessary. Okay. The second card is past influences, and this one goes below. And so here we have the 4. We have the 4 of Wands. So this is really kind of beautiful. So it looks to me like the relationship started out in a very celebratory, beautiful way. It might have been love at first sight. And so the relationship has a really kind of a strong root, a strong past, a strong foundation. And then the third card are challenges that are facing. This is the Queen of Cups. And then the fourth card is the karma. So the karma of the roots of the karma. This is the Devil card. Okay, so this is the kind of base of the relationship with Tom. And this would also speak to a very emotional and passionate sex life, perhaps. You started off with quite an intense relationship, that there was a lot of joy, there was a lot of feeling. I get a real sense of playfulness with the two foxes on the I call it a trampoline, in the Four of Wands here. So this feels like you started from something quite incredible. And I hope that resonates with you. Okay, good. I see Julie J's posted a question as well too. Okay, so let's go up to the top. So the challenge card is the Queen of Cups. And why would the Queen of Cups be a challenge card? Well, perhaps she is not of this earth, right? She is very, very intuitive. She is always kind of on another plane. And so perhaps that can be a challenge. And I feel like with the Devil card over here, okay, so the message is coming through for me here with this as the Karma card. Perhaps, Alina, you have an issue with letting go. You have an issue with giving yourself permission to feel. Do you remember I was talking about feeling at the beginning? This whole idea with permission to, oh my God, look at this. This is what I was talking about, right? The permission to feel joyful in this life, the permission to be here and enjoy this three-dimensional experience may be a pattern that you have lived with lifetime after lifetime. And so in understanding that problem, and that's not a problem, it's just the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, need to know how to be in this world. And they need to practice being in this world. They need to practice being grounded. There's a beauty to these four cards as well, too. Okay, so let's go up to the top where we have clearing the path. So advice on navigating whatever's going on in this relationship. Okay, so this is, to me, an unusual card to come up here. This is the Six of Cups. So I don't know if you guys were high school friends or what the connection is with the layers of the past. But this tells me that the reason the relationship with Tom feels so what's a good word? Interwoven, spiritually complicated, is because you have been connected for a very long time. So this isn't necessarily representing the obstacle. This is supposed to be how to clear the path. Advice on navigating the obstacle. Well, perhaps recognizing that. We have another 9. So this is a 9. This is a 9. And those two positions are, this is support from your guides and potential outcome or resolution. Well, that's a lovely potential outcome or resolution. And again, this is the flower. So this is what is sitting in full light. This is what is sitting in shadow. Okay, are you with me? Because this is the roots. This is below the water. Like this is like the part of the iceberg that we don't see. This is the part of the iceberg that we do see. So I think there's a lot of layers to this reading. Yes, and we need a clarifier for this card right here. So we will do that. So let's look at what is in the light. The Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. And that card in the center is the message from your guides. And this, so nines, you got two nines here, Alina, right? Very magical numbers, triple threes. You've also got a six. And a six, which is very, it's full of love and beauty and connection. I feel like this relationship is one that is going to continue to grow and to evolve, and you have a real intricate energy among the two of you. Let's go to the Nine of Wands and see what that advice is from your guides. Okay, so the fox is sitting there on top of his pile. There is a bit of protection around him. There's a bit of a wall, a gateway. The fox is holding one of the sticks. Some of the sticks are laid down on the ground before him. And this to me feels like a bit of a pause. It also feels like an opportunity to regroup, to gain strength. It has that kind of four of swords energy that's emanating from it at this time. I don't feel anything. It just feels like a rest. It feels like a rest. It feels like taking time. It feels like taking time alone, perhaps. And if we look to the card that is reflected below, so we have two foxes here that are perhaps playing pretty hard. And then this single fox up here is just kind of taking a break. So interesting that the outcome is kind of going again, right? There's a rest, and then there's fire charging ahead. Okay, I'm going to draw one more card for the Devil card. I want you to pay attention to nines over the next week, few days, month, because the Nine of Cups is at the center of the reading, and nines, of course, are the fulfillment of the suit. They are the full journey through the Suit of Wands and the Suit of Cups. So it kind of feels like this relationship has been through quite a journey and will emerge again in a new way, in a new experience. And so allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to have the pleasure and the joy. Let's look at these two cards here as well, too. I want to look at the Devil in relation to the Six of Cups. I'm wondering if you weren't lovers in a past life, if you had a different kind of a relationship in a past life. Okay, so clarification on 15 Arcana. We got a repeating card, so it's the same card. It's the Nine of Wands. All right. Just kind of pausing here. So that's really interesting that we have a repeating card. I feel also the advice of really taking your, not taking things so seriously. That kind of advice. Yeah, not taking things so seriously. Yes, this is clearly a cycle. Okay. All right, so I know I could say so much more, but I would like to share my time with others. And so I'm going to leave you with that contemplation and go on to the next one. And I know you can do some journaling and work with that, Alina. Okay. All right, so next, hello to Angelo's story and Sunbia Gafoor. Okay, let's go to Shaz. Okay. And yeah, I really appreciate donations for your readings. And if you you can make donations through Super Chat, or there's 2 links in the description box below. And yeah, if you're enjoying these readings and you resonated with that opening one, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love that. It just really helps the algorithm with YouTube. And I'm so close to 3,000 subs. It would be amazing if you could be the 3,000th sub. Wouldn't that be cool? If you clicked it and then saw that change to 3K. All right, so this reading is for Shaz and regarding relationship. So we'll go to we'll release the black cards for the root. Okay. So what is the issue for Shaz? All right, so this is the 10 of Wands. This is the card that came after that Alina had repeated twice. So this is, again, an end of a cycle. An end of a cycle. There is tremendous... so this is the suit of free will. This is the suit of passion. This is the suit of our creativity. And when we come to the culmination of this suit, it's really important to understand interesting that we have the moon card down here in the root as well too, with these black cards. So with that suit of passion and suit of creativity and free will, you know, this is the suit of the hero. This is the suit of the person that stands up and protects. And sometimes this 10 of Wands can reflect exactly what it looks like. It can be a card of exhaustion and burdens and things, but also there's tremendous I like, hats off to you. You know, you have been through a lot and you have done so much for so many people. But with the moon card coming up down here, I have a feeling that you may have a pattern. And I'm going to shift my conversation into relationship as well too. But this is a reading for you, right, Shaz? So you may have a pattern of this kind of a burnout in relationships. And the reason I say that is because it's the moon that's here, and the moon shows our shadow. The moon shows the things that we don't necessarily want to look at, and we'll just kind of see what's on the other side here. So we have another 10. Another 10. So this is the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and 2 of Cups, which is a lovely card to have down here. So let's just go to the... so this is the challenge, and this one is the karma. So definitely a connection with this soul and the relationship that you are wanting clarification on. You've definitely been together, had relationships together. The challenge perhaps is feeling the weight of the responsibility. Now this 10 definitely speaks to this 10. And you may not be comfortable with that. You know, with 10s, it's a lot to process. It's a lot of life. It's a lot of life. And just the reality of life sometimes can be overwhelming. So let's look to the 3 white cards and see how you can move through and perhaps on to the next cycle. But because and I'm going to pull a clarifier for the moon after I've done the 3 white cards, because the moon is sitting down here, this feels like a really, the reason that this relationship exists is one, to help you see your challenges, to see your shadow, and your partner is there to help you grow, to help you to evolve spiritually. Okay. Okay, so the next card is navigating the how to navigate. So this is what is in the light. This is what is in the dark. And we'll just, so we have swords, and we have 2 quartz up on the top. Okay, so this is the 5 of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Wands. And they are both looking to the future. They are not looking at each other, which is, interesting in itself. And they're not necessarily looking at the same thing. She is kind of looking down. He is looking up. She is connected energetically. I would say she's not super grounded and connected to this world, but her gaze actually is looking down, which is coming to my attention. His gaze is looking up and being connected to spirit. This is the outcome card. So the outcome speaks to, strength. You're asking about relationship, right? So strength, it speaks to change as well too, because the King of Wands likes to move and likes things to be new and the energy to shift. The King of Wands doesn't like to stay in the same place all the time. So perhaps part of the challenge here is you've got this card, which is very, very grounded. And neither of these 2 figures up here like the heaviness of this card. Their energy is one more of, more of action and movement. And it would make sense that the issue is one of exhaustion. One of the issues may be one of exhaustion, because both of these 2 players have a challenging time staying still. The 5, so how to navigate the relationship is to find your truth. It's to find your word. It's to learn to communicate better. It's to perhaps take a communication class together. With this 5 here, this is a bridge to a whole new experience in the relationship. 5s are the middle of the minor arcana. They shake things up. They look a little bit chaotic. And it's only through the chaos that we can evolve. And so if the 2 of you are not talking to each other, it looks like you're not talking to each other, then this is a really important card. So one of you needs to invite the other back to the table and to talk about some of these things. So I'm just going to pull a clarifier for the moon card. Hello to Pan Chan. Hello. And Jack. Welcome. Okay. All right. And the last card for Shaz. Wow. Okay. This is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this makes sense. So you tarot readers out there, you can, confirm and play with this. So this Knight of Cups being in shadow, these 2 players up here are not really about the feelings. They're not about the romance. They're not about the poetry. They're not about the I love yous and the massages, maybe, definitely with the King of Wands, but this is about the energy of feeling. right? And the queen up here knows all about the intuition side of this card, but not so much in touch with their feelings. And the King of Wands is not necessarily one that is going to express his feelings either. So I think the best advice for this relationship is one to take a communication class, to take a communication course, so that you can start to better process the discomfort, right, with the weight of this energy of the 10 of Wands and the 10 of the responsibilities, right, to process the energy of the responsibilities. Okay. Whoa, this is a big spread. My goodness. And thank you for the super chat, Prune to Bloom. Okay, so Prune to Bloom, just before you, I'm going to do Julie J, and then I will go to the next super chat. So Julie J is wondering, okay, that feels like kind of like a quick reading. So I'm going to just kind of skip the Lotus Spread for a minute and see if I can get through some of these questions a little more quickly so I can get to answer more of you. Okay. Julie J, I'm wondering what are Tommy's thoughts on the list assignment I gave him. Okay. Julie J. All right, so this reading is for Julie J. Julie J is inquiring about Tommy and wondering what Tommy's feelings are on the list assignment that she gave him. My low back is lighting up. So we'll see if that is for you and Tommy. Okay, so this is a repeating card today, and this tends to happen in these readings. It came up in the black deck before. This is the 9 of Cups. Is it possible that his feeling is by you giving him the list, it helps to create connection. It helps to create intimacy. It makes him feel love for you. This is a beautiful response to your question. Wow. That's kind of beautiful 3 cards, Julie. And if you are worried about the list assignment that you gave Tommy, I wouldn't be worried about it. I think it's really going to deepen the connection of the two of you. The card on the right is the Lover's card. And the card on the left is the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles can represent, a new, definitely can represent children. It can represent, a new way of being in your relationship. So I feel it's very positive what you did. And I think it's only going to deepen your experience with the two of you. Okay, so again, this is Page of Pentacles. In this deck, the pages are connected to the heart chakra. So that even really kind of deepens the love angle of this reading. Okay. So I'm going to go skip to Prune to Bloom. You have become withdrawn in the last couple of years to avoid negative people that you seem to attract into your life. How can I start to show up again in a positive way? Okay, well, I think the spread that we're doing today is going to work perfect for this question. And so let's go back. We'll do a 7 card for Prune to Bloom. Oh, and I'm going to say you are welcome to, you're welcome to Shaz too. I see that your feedback on the reading. So thank you. I'm glad it resonated with you. Okay, so let's focus on Prune to Bloom and Withdrawn. Okay, I want to just pause for a minute here and just focus on the language that I'm picking up on and the energy of the words, because this is kind of important. So if you are attracting negative people into your life, then the energy that you are giving off is not positive. It is not light, right? Because like attracts like. And this inquiry, we're going to do some cards in a second. So it's really, really important that you start to understand or start to feel or start to own the negative energy that you are putting out. Because you wouldn't be attracting negative energy if there wasn't the self-doubt, if there wasn't the fear. Often fear attracts negative energy, right? So part of this process is finding tools to shift your, I'll call it darkness, to shift your darkness to something lighter, right? And so I'm going to look, we're going to do the 7 card now and look and see what is down in the darkness with the black cards. And then we'll look for the medicine in the light cards. And the other thing I want to say, so the other message for you, and this is kind of a universal message as well too, is that sometimes we need to hang out in the darkness because there's something to learn there. There may be some aha moments or feelings or things that you need to be there for a little while so you really understand the energy of what that negative energy is. Okay. All right, so let's go back and split the screen. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups again. The Queen of Cups is the center issue. So that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? 2 of Cups. So does this fear have something, this fear has something to do with your feelings. This fear has something to do with, again, just like we were talking about at the very beginning of the reading, beginning of the day, this whole idea of allowing yourself to feel, giving yourself permission to be in the light, to be joyful. So why are your emotions in the darkness? Why are your emotions down here? Why are they hidden? And then here is the Chariot and the Wheel. So we have 2 major arcana down in the bottom of the reading. Okay, let's zoom out some more. Okay. If this is the Karma card and this spread is new to me, so I'm just double checking what this one was. The challenges. Okay, so the challenge is one of moving forward. The challenge is owning your path, owning who you are, owning your dharma. And the karma, or so this is interesting. So maybe you have difficulty with change. Maybe you have difficulty with moving forward. You know, you're a person who's more at home when things are predictable. Okay, so without even drawing the cards up at the top, one of the things I'm really feeling here is that doing something that feels uncomfortable doing something that you normally wouldn't do. It's kind of out of character for you. There's a sense of needing to feel and to bust out of your shell. Let's go to the comments at the bottom here. Yeah, so interesting to get that 10 in the karma position. Isn't that interesting, Christine? I was thinking the same thing. This is a big let go message here, right? This is a big let go message. This is a big message of let those tears flow. To understand that tears are just another way of purification. Tears help us to purify our feelings. So this is all in the darkness. This is in the shadow. And then up on the top of the flower, oh my goodness, here he is again. Okay. I swear, this is just kind of incredible how this happens. So we have 3 major arcanas in this reading. This is the Temperance card. This is the 9 of Wands. This is the Knight of Swords. This is the outcome card. So the outcome card feels beautiful. It feels like you're going to find the balance. You know, you're going to find the peace. You're going to find your own internal alchemy. You know, this card to me always speaks of get playful with your plates of food, get playful with everything from making your own teas to your own tinctures. And I love and also the fluidity of this card is really something. This card, the water here, just kind of speaks to the letting the tears flow and allowing yourself to move through these changes. Another way to work with this card, of course, is to embrace a new cycle, in that you may start to do something like study astrology, or you might start to follow moon cycles or something like that, like to really find a wheel that speaks to you and start to work with the wheel. So this is the outcome card. Challenges. So this is 9 of Wands and 10 of Swords. So advice from your guides is to find your truth. This is advice from your guides. Okay, so wisdom, speak your truth, sing your truth, write your truth. Perhaps a way for you to process some of these emotions is through the pen, but also I can't say enough about the voice, right? There's a voice to this. I'm also really attracted to the bird in this. I feel like you need to fly. You need to fly and flow. Can you go swimming? Can you dance? Can you spread your own wings? And yeah, these are such masculine cards. These Knight cards are connected to the solar plexus chakra. So this does definitely speak to action and movement. So move your body. Like, look at this card here. Move your body. This may help you to feel a lot better. And I know you said you've been trapped in your house, right? So the medicine is definitely going to be getting out and to move your body. You've got another card down here of movement, right? This is the Chariot card. The challenge is the 9. The challenge is the 9 of Wands. What happens when we stay locked in is we start to, the energy of the wands, the energy in general starts to become, the frequency becomes lower, right? Because it becomes slower the less you move. And so the challenge for you is actually sitting still. So, okay, sometimes these messages don't come in the right order, but your message is to move, and flow, to embrace the wheel. Okay. This is what's in the darkness. This is what is in the sunshine. So if you need somebody to help kick you out the door and to start doing something, consider this reading, me coming to your house, opening your front door and saying, come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a run. Let's go for a swim. Like it's time to move. Definitely time to move. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to scroll back up and see where we are. I'm not going to pull clarifiers because there's 3 majors here. Angelo's story. Okay. So thank you everybody for your donations. I really appreciate that. So Angelo's question. Why last year I used to get a lot of attention from the opposite gender out of nowhere. Now I don't get that attention at all. Why is this happening? Okay. Good question. Good question. So let's just go over some basic law of attraction principles, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys watch these videos. There's just so many people out there talking about law of attraction. And we will pull cards for Angelo. But whatever you are putting out at this time is what is coming back to you. And that is so hard to hear. So perhaps you are not taking good care of yourself. Maybe your your general countenance is not maybe there's a wall, an energetic wall about you. Maybe your eyes aren't sparkling. Maybe you're not smiling. Maybe you've changed the way you dress. Maybe you're not feeling like looking. Maybe your energy is not open. So sometimes it's just as simple as that, right? It's not rocket science. Yeah. Okay. So, what should we do for Angelo? Okay, let's do, I'm really liking this spread. So let's just do this spread for Angelo. What is at the root? What is at the root of Angelo's heart? What's at the heart of this right now? Let's go back to the energy of the lotus and the heart. Why is Angelo feeling this way? So why is Angelo projecting why is Angelo not projecting attractiveness, right? So let's look and see what this is about. These are such beautiful cards. I can just sit here and shuffle. Okay. So Angelo, I'm sorry you're feeling this way because I know it's a crappy way to feel. It's a crappy way to feel. We all want to feel loved. We all want to feel like people are paying attention to us, right? We all want to feel that. Okay, so, all right, here's a hard question. Are you being childish? Are you being childish? Are you being quiet? Are you being quiet? Let's see what's going on here. 10 of Swords. Okay, wow. So 10 of Swords with this is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So what is at the root here is letting go of control. The 10 of Swords is a card of egoic transformation. We don't always have We don't, if we always want to have control, we always want to have the power. Ah, okay. Look at how these two cards contradict each other. Okay, so I'm going to rephrase what I was saying. So these two cards here are telling me that this is about stepping into the flow of life, much like a previous reading we had. This is about not always needing, like letting go of needing to know all the time. Letting to go of needing. Hanged Man card. King of Pentacles is the karma card. Child of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Child of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Okay. So the karma is the king. The issue is the child. All right. I'm wondering if, and then over here, the challenge is how you see things. This is the Hanged Man card. The challenge is how you see things, your perception. Okay. Your perception. So look in the mirror. What do you see? What do you need to shift? Because these are beautiful cards, Angelo. Everybody loves the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is such a beautiful energy. The King of Pentacles is a great family man. The King of Pentacles is a provider. The King of Pentacles is an excellent businessman, a leader. People look to the King of Pentacles. It's the most embodied king in the tarot. But the issue is the Child of Pentacles. So what is this about? What is this about? Have you lost a child? Did you not get to be a child? Did you have to grow up too quickly? Is that why control is an issue with you? This is kind of complicated. This is rather complicated for not an in-person tarot reading. So I'm hoping some of this resonates with you. And I'm hoping that others in the chat can give Angelo some love and feedback as well too. Okay. Okay. The other thing that feels significant here is that I'm hoping there's some fire up on the top, because sometimes what we need to attract the others is a little bit of fire. And we have this 10 of Wands up here at the top. So the fire is nice. 4 of Wands, fire, and outcome. Okay, so this is a great outcome card. This is the Lover's card. This is the 4 of Wands. So this is the advice from your guides. And this one here is how to move through. So this is about letting go of responsibilities. This is about letting go of the past. 2 10s here. As always, we have repeating messages in these readings because everybody who's watching, there's something about what you're going through and shared experiences and so forth. Feels very similar to a previous reading that we have had today. So Angelo, why they're not attracted to you has to do with your vitality right now, right? Your vitality is not optimal. So what do you need to let go of? What do you need to release so that you're a little more, I don't know, light and energetic and feeling playful? I know that the 4 of Wands is not necessarily a card of, like, it's not a page of Wands energy, but just the way that it's drawn, it just feels so joyful. Feels so joyful and so playful. And so let go. Again, another repeating message from today. Let go. Let go and let life. And what is that word? Let go, live life. Let go, live life. Love life. What can you do to love life? Forget about finding another partner. Just start loving life. Start loving life. If you start loving life, that's a very, very attractive quality, and others will be attracted to you, right? So this is about you finding your inner joy so that your inner joy is reflected externally. Okay? I hope you find comfort in that. And this is the Lover's card as the outcome card. So that's perfect. It feels like this message, some of these challenging things that I've said, needed to be said. And hopefully there's some step that you can take with that advice from Spirit. And then know that this is, I mean, you couldn't have a more perfect card over there. Let go and let God. Thank you, Christine. Okay. 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 Sunbia. So welcome to Sunbia. Okay. So I'm going to do a 3-card reading for Sunbia. How will things be for the next month? Sunbia. Just looking to see if there's a different deck I want to use for this question. Maybe I'll mix this up. Got so many decks open, but I want to use this one. Okay, this is the Way Home Tarot. All right, this reading is for Sunbia. Sunbia is inquiring into the energy over the next month, the next 30 days. So Sunbia, here we are in the waxing moon of April. So over the next 10 days or so, the energy is continuing to grow and will come to its fulfillment in about 10 days, maybe less. And yeah, so let's just kind of see what's happening. Keeping that in mind, we are in spring energy. We are in the energy of growth. If you're in the northern hemisphere, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it is an energy turning inward. Okay. All right, Sunbia, Gafoor. Well, if you are looking to taking on a new position at work, this is the Emperor card. So this is one of leadership. It's a very strong energy. It's one of intellectual prowess, right? This is a brain, not a heart. It's definitely one of strength. It's one of action. It's one of moving forward. You know, there's a lot of really good qualities with this. This is also, I'm going to go to Angela's comment in a minute. This is also a card of control. So that has been an issue that's come up today. So just be mindful of excessive control. Mother of Swords, again, another person in their head, and Daughter of Cups. Okay, so there may be influences of others around you that are reflecting back the energy that you need to be working with. So if the Daughter of Cups, so the more emotional, intuitive, feminine energy that's around you is actually this is very balanced. So what I want to say is to pay attention to those that are around you, because those that are around you are going to help keep you in check. And the challenging, oh, sorry, it's an L, Sunbla, sorry, got your name, Sun, Sumbla Gafoor. Okay, thank you. Those feminine energies that are around you are there to support and to help you to grow. So this feels like a message of leaning into the energy of those that are around you. To allow yourself to be supported by strong, not necessarily women, but those people who have that. It's just this really lovely quality of this balance between their wit, their intellectual energy, but also claiming their feminine energy. And for some reason, the emperor needs this softer energy around him at this time. If you do have daughters, if you do have a family, lean into the girls in the family or those people in the family that exude the feminine qualities of, and interesting, like, I'm almost wondering if you will be challenged by this person. This person is going to question your leadership. This person is going to question what you stand for. And then look at these three cards. Look how the sword moves through the body here. And then we have this line here and the line and the dandelion as well too. It feels like we have three very strong people. Yeah. So pay attention to the relationships that are around you over the next month and work with these people. It feels like they are there to support you while simultaneously challenging you a lot. Okay, so without other information, that's about all I can say. But it's good, it feels good. It feels very strong. And I feel like they are your supporting players. They respect you a lot. So continue to grow, continue to lead, and embrace the energy of the Emperor. Alrighty. What repetitive pattern I need to focus on most right now? Okay, let's go to VM. Danielle, I didn't see you come in. Hello, hello. So just so you know, Panchan is after VM. Okay. All right, so just focusing on VM. Can I also get a reading on what repetitive pattern I need to focus on right now? Okay. So we're going to go back to the Lotus Spread for V. So V, I'm like a diaphragm energy, low heart, high solar plexus chakra. I feel like I can't breathe. Like I feel like my diaphragm is being squished. There's pressure on my diaphragm. So I really want to encourage you to take a deep inhale and a deep exhale breath. And to allow yourself to focus more on breath over the next few days and weeks. Why are you not breathing fully? Why are you not breathing fully? There's something going on with your breath and also your heart. You know, your heart energetically feels I was going to say fragile. Okay. Okay. So this is the Strength card. It's the number 11 in this deck. So this is the issue at the center of your reading. And then we're going to go down. Okay. Wow, lots of feminine energy today. This is the Queen of Pentacles. The challenge is the Ace of Swords. And the karma, again, another repeating card, is the Page of Pentacles. So much feminine energy today. And I know our initial reading, right? Let's go back to our initial reading for the group that had to do with feeling and living and listening for signs and symbols and being full of joy and just letting go of expectations and preconceived ideas and things like that. This combination of cards, you know, this Strength card with this Ace of Swords, it feels almost like, I'm wondering if you have lost some of that internal fire, lost some of that internal strength. Lost kind of have you lost some feminine energy in your life? Like, have you actually lost a mother or a sister or a friend? You know, have they wandered away? And so when we are lacking that strength, right? And we have this is the Page of Pentacles at the heart space. There's this gentleness, this sweetness that is at the karma. You know, this can also relate to children and to patterns with your own children and how you as a child and the issues you went through in your childhood are reflected in your own children. So this whole inner childhood trauma, childhood patterns are being reflected in how you are not probably feeling your power, your strength. Okay, so remember, these 4 cards are in the water. They're in the mud. This is the root of the lotus. This is what is not seen. This is the subconscious patterns. What is below the surface. So what is above? What is above for B? Okay, so what is above? So the outcome is the Fool. This is the 7 of Swords. This is the Emperor. So the Emperor is the advice on navigating and finding your strength. So in a very simplistic kind of way, I would say to take charge of things. Like, you know, don't be a doormat. It's okay for you to take the bull by the reins, to take the horse by the reins. It's okay for you to take charge. It's probably maybe this part of this this strength in shadow is that you have denied this leadership role. You have denied this. The Seven of Swords up here feels like claim what is yours and take it. Claim what is yours and take it. You know, like own your truth. Own your truth. Like run with it. Fly with it. And you don't need to take everything, right? You can let some of those thought patterns go. Sail into the sun with what is yours. I love that we kind of have this eagle taking off on this journey, and then we have this new beginning card over here. Like to have the Fool in the outcome position is really kind of auspicious. I'm just going to scroll down and see if there's any feedback from V. Okay. Oh, okay. You have been doing Sudarshan Kriya every day. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Anything else? I want to pull one clarification card for the Strength card at the center down here. To me, this also feels like really balancing the energy of your power and not denying your feminine energy either. Like not denying the part of you that loves the softer side. We can find strength in our lunar energy. We can find the truth in our lunar energy. So remember, this is what is in the light. This is what is in the sun. This is what is in shadow. So my question now is, why is strength in shadow? Why is strength below the surface? What is this seeming denial of strength in feminine energy? Something to do. Wow, that's another kind of heavy card to have down here. You know, it definitely speaks to family and patterns and karmas. This is the Six of Cups. Okay, so by looking at the children in your family, the children who are around you, by examining your childhood patterns, this is definitely a reclamation of your strength, of your power that is needed at this time, and to take and to own what is yours and to allow yourself to begin anew. Okay. There we go. That is the message for VM today. And then I'm going to do Pancham and perhaps one more. Hopefully Pancham is still here. Okay. I'm going to switch up this spread for Pancham and just do a kind of a relationship spread. I've done relationship spreads a lot over the last few weeks, and so some of you may have seen these spreads before. But Pancham, you know, if you missed the reading at the beginning, this definitely has spoken loudly to everybody's readings today, and that is one of living life, finding joy, being playful, allowing the emotions to move through you, listening for signs and symbols. The first card was the Three of Cups, then the Two of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups. So maybe it's time to write a poem. Okay. So this is Panchen and S. What do I need to know about my connection with S? What does Panchen need to know about his connection with S? Okay. Okay, so this is Panchen. This is S. Okay. 5. So this is kind of what is, So this is kind of like heart and mind. Heart and mind. Let's kind of look at going on here. Heart and mind. Interesting. So this is the Knight of Cups, Panchen. And this was the card that came up in the initial reading today. So I would say that S wants to be, what's the word? You know, S wants to be courted. S wants the emotional stuff. S wants the romance. And S wants the heat and the fire and the playfulness and the joy as well, too. I mean, the Devil card in a relationship reading, again, really, really speaks to what I was saying earlier, in that this is about letting go and just living and playing and enjoying. And whether that is in activities outside the house, or whether this is, you know, in private as a couple. So I'm wondering why in your mind we have the 5 of Cups. In order for this relationship to grow, right? In order for the two of you to grow together, it's really, really important that the pieces of the past get left behind and they are actually burnt or thrown into the ocean or discarded. You seem to have a strong connection with family and want a deep, deep relationship with S. And perhaps what is holding you back is there's still some emotional connections to past relationships or other patterns, that emotional experiences that you're unwilling to, not necessarily unwilling to, but you know, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to let go. You know, it's hard to throw an old wedding ring into the ocean. It's hard to burn old love letters and things like that. Wow, this is a beautiful card to come up between you. So this, having the 6 of Pentacles here, feels to me like the two of you can definitely navigate this relationship. The energy, I mean, we have emotions and emotions, so you can definitely connect on that level. We have more fiery personality and energy here. The only thing with these 2 cards is you want to make sure this does not become a codependent relationship, because these 2 cards together could definitely be a warning sign for somebody who could become codependent. And I just saying that so you can keep your feelers open to that. Yeah. But having this card in the center feels positive for relationship and communication. And so to be mindful that you are giving as much as you are receiving, and vice versa. Okay. Alrighty. So I don't know if Panchen heard that. Sometimes the chat is a little bit slow. Okay. Jack is next. This is a really hard question to answer with the tarot. Does anyone have feelings for me in my new school? Does anyone have feelings for me in my new school? I'm going to do a 3 aces spread for Jack. Let's do that. Okay. You're living in separate continents right now. I'm looking at Panchan's comment he just posted. So the connection has been a little hard. Okay. Well, hopefully you took a screenshot of those cards and you can, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the cards tell a story, and regardless of whether you are geographically together or not, that message, find a way to take that message into the relationship. So with that Six of Pentacles in the middle, I would definitely say to continue courting each other. And you know, I feel like the general message today, like this Knight of Cups is about, it's about courting someone, it's about feeling, it's about love. And then you have that Six of Pentacles in the middle. So don't give up on this relationship, okay? All right, so the final reading today is for Jack. And we're going to do a 3 aces spread for Jack. Does anyone in Jack's school have feelings for Jack? Okay. All right, anyone in Jack's school. So the 3 aces spread is a really simple spread. We just count 13 cards and we see how many aces appear. And then I like to actually kind of read the energy of the combination of cards. Okay, so the 13th card is not an ace. The 13th card is, again, this card that's come up a lot today, this Page of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have the Emperor. So we have no aces yet. Okay. All right, so what are we going to say about this? So the thing about this, Jack, is that it took a while for an ace to appear, and an ace appeared in the 3 position and the 3rd position, and this would, to me, feel like it is a ways off. It is definitely a ways off. But I want to kind of read these 3 cards together. And so at your school, like, are you a leader? Are you a leader of a club, or do you have I feel like either a gardening club or a painting club or a club that, I don't know, I feel like this Emperor card here, I'm wondering if this Emperor represents some kind of a opportunity of a leadership role in your school. And I don't know what level of schooling you are at, but if there is any opportunity for you to take charge of something that feels like good advice, maybe that's how you're going to meet somebody. You know, this definitely, if somebody has feelings for you, it's going to take time for those feelings to be revealed. This is Pentacles, this is Pentacles. So this is very earthy energy. And that's one of the reasons I was thinking, I wonder if Jack should start a gardening club or something like that, you know, or maybe a ecology club or a club that has something to do with the earth. Some kind of an organization, right? It's within an organization that this opportunity for a relationship may be revealed. Yeah. Something like that. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if Jack is still here or not. And I see there's plenty of questions still to go. Julie J said, by the way, your decks are gorgeous. Thank you very much. And I didn't say hello to BP. I don't know if BP is still here. Let's do 3 aces spread for BP. Okay. I know I said that was the last one, but okay. Let's do it. 3 aces spread for BP. All right. Did Jack chime in at the end? Let's see. Jack says, I like planting plants. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah. Hello to Marg. I'm not sure if I said hello when you came in. Okay. So this definitely is going to be the last reading for today. And we're going to do a 3 aces spread for BP. Can I know whether I will be hired for the job I interviewed for on April 1st? Okay. Let's just bring the energy of BP to the forefront. Okay. Seven. Oops. No. There we go. Okay. So I would say with 2 aces coming up, that's a yes. Where are we here? Come down, Queenie. I love that the Ace of Swords is here. That feels really good. So it looks like yes. And also that the Queen of Wands is there also feels really strong and empowering. I love that the strong and empowering energy of the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords are on either side of, you know, your cup overflowing and feeling fulfilled, perhaps feeling a tremendous amount of, I don't know what kind of a job you've applied for, but it feels like you'll get tremendous emotional and soulful fulfillment from this job. So I would take that as a yes for sure. Okay. I have a couple things that I'd love to share with you. So tonight I'm going to come back on and I'm going to be answering tarot questions tonight. So those of you that read the tarot, I have been collecting questions and I'm doing a VR to Ethany. So many of you know Ethany on TarotTube. And so these are questions, really common questions that come up a lot with people who are learning to read tarot. And I am also yesterday, I just announced that I'm starting a tarot class for beginners. Now this tarot class, just want to go to There we go. So that is my website. So I'm teaching a tarot class starting on May 11th, the new moon on May 11th, for 22 weeks. And this, I just did a video yesterday. So if you go back to my channel and you can watch yesterday's live, I talked about this class that I'm teaching. This is a 22-week class. We're going to meet live on Zoom every Tuesday night. And we're going to really spend some time building connections with the tarot. You definitely can come into this as a newbie, as a beginner tarot reader, because one of the things I find with tarot courses and classes is that there's a lot of emphasis on rote memorization. That is not how I learned the tarot. That is not how I read. That is not how I approach a challenging deck or a new deck at all. The way that I read, the way that I learn to read is by drawing connections and by kind of weaving together symbols and signs and colors. And for example, on the week that we work on the number 2, we're going to look at all of the pillars throughout the major and the minor arcana, every single card that has something that looks like this, and trying to understand how the integration of the symbols can help us to trust a little bit more. At the beginning today, so for those of you that came in later, Robin Wood, so Robin Wood, who is the creator of the Robin Wood Tarot, she died. She died either yesterday or this morning. And that's why I used the Robin Wood Tarot for the spread at the beginning. And I also read a little bit from her guidebook, The Robin Wood. And the passage that I read in this book it's about learning to trust. It's about learning to see the story in the cards and allow your heart, what is coming through in your heart, to trust that. And so over this 22 weeks, we're going to work with the little white book meanings and integrate those little white book meanings with weaving connections and patterns in the tarot, because it's an invaluable tool to have and in the way to learn. And with 22 weeks together, you are going to definitely feel a heck of a lot better about and more confident in reading. I believe Joseph was the one who asked yesterday if there's going to be a certificate with this class. And the answer is yes. For those of you that would like to receive a certificate, a certification after the end of this course, it's definitely possible. And so for those people that want a certificate, I will give you an exam. And for those of you that are doing this just for your self-development, you don't have to write the exam, or you can have the exam and not hand it in. But in order to receive the certificate, you would have to have an exam. Yeah. So and I had people sign up yesterday. There's only 11 people that will be in this program. And I believe 2 people registered yesterday. So if you're interested, don't hum and haw about this too long. It starts on May 11th. And for those of you that can't afford to pay the full amount up front, it's Canadian dollars, $4.99. I'm happy to invoice you, and you can pay in installments. So just let me know what works for you. Thank you, Joseph. That's a nice endorsement. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I want to thank all of you, for your ongoing kind words and comments in all of the feeds and the different videos that I've done. It's only because of your feedback that I continue to do what I do, right? I love the live chats and the conversations that we have and the ongoing conversations in comments of various videos. And I love that old videos kind of come back to the forefront. And it's funny because sometimes I look back at old videos and I think, oh my God, I can't believe I said that, because I'm always evolving as a reader too. And that's something we need to keep in mind, especially when you're watching an older video, right? Yeah. Okay. So So thank you so much for being here today, and I will see some of you perhaps at 6 p.m. tonight Pacific. Stay well and be kind to one another. Namaste.